Hi, this is Mrs. Rodriguez with another lesson video. Today we're looking at the differences between theoretical and experimental probability and also how to write out the probabilities. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. In this scenario, it says that Alex has 10 marbles in a bag, 3 red, 2 orange, 4 green, and 1 purple. Okay, so as you can see in the middle of the page, we have Alex's bag. And if I click on the bag, we have our marbles. And there is, in fact, 3 red, 2 orange, 4 green, and 1 purple in the bag. And as you can see, every time I tap it, I get different colors. Okay? So, let's look at theoretical probability. Now remember, theoretical probability is the probability or the likelihood or the chance of something happening based on the math, okay? Theoretical probability is based on the math, meaning it's the desired outcome divided by the total number of outcomes possible. All right, so let's take a look at the first one. It says P parentheses red. All right, so the first thing I want to explain to you, and if you look down here in this box, the reason why we have P parentheses red is because that's the shorthand version in math used to write the probability of. So instead of writing what is the probability of getting pink, because that is basically a sentence, and if you think about it, we have red, orange, green, purple, blue, red again, and then on the other side for experimental, we have red, orange, green, and purple. That would be a lot of writing if I had to write out a complete sentence of what is the probability of getting blank. So instead, in math, we use the shorthand. Okay, so what is the probability of is represented by the P. Okay, and then the parentheses, whatever's inside, is the desired outcome we're looking for. So what is the probability of getting pink turns into P for what is the probability of, and then parentheses, pink, the desired outcome we're looking for. Okay? So now that we know that, let's go ahead and take a look at theoretical probability. All right, so for this bag, the probability of getting red, okay, the desired number of outcomes divided by the total outcomes possible. So if there are 3 red marbles in the bag and there's 10 marbles total, then that means the probability of getting red would be 3/10 or 3 out of 10. Okay, the probability of getting orange, well, there's 2 orange out of 10 marbles, so it'd be 2/10 or 2 out of 10. The probability of getting green, well, there's 4 green, so the probability would be 4/10 or 4 out of 10. Okay. For purple, there's 1 purple out of 10, so it'd be 1 out of 10. The next one asks, what's the probability of getting blue? Now, if we look at the listed colors and how many are in the bag, I see red, I see orange, green, and purple. But out of the 10 marbles, there is no blue. But that's okay, because that just means that there's 0 probability, 0 out of 10 chances or likelihood of getting blue. There's no way it's going to happen. Okay, and in the last example, it says probability of not getting red. All right, so we need to think about this. There's 10 marbles in the bag. We know that 3 of them are red. So how many marbles are not red? Okay, because we're looking at a marble that is not red. Well, if there's 3 red out of 10, that means there's 7 out of 10 that are not red. So that's theoretical probability. The desired outcome, whichever we're looking for in the parentheses, divided by the total number of outcomes possible. There's a total of 10 marbles in the bag. So that's all that's possible are those 10 marbles in the bag. All right, now let's switch to experimental probability. Okay, we're going to pull out marbles out of the bag 10 times and we're going to record the results. Now remember, experimental probability is the probability of what actually happens when you do the experiment. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to keep track of 10 draws and see how many colors in each draw. So for number 1, we get green. So 1 is green. For the second draw, we get green again. So 2 is green. Now we have 3 is orange. 4 is orange. 5 is red. 6 is red. 7 is purple. 8 is red. 9 is green. And 10 is red. Okay, so that means we got 1, 2, 3 greens. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 reds, 2 oranges, and 1 purple. So we write the probability for red as, well, we got 4 out of 10 when we did the experiment. For orange, we got 2 out of 10, so 2/10. For green, we got 3 out of 10, or 3/10. And for purple, we got 1 out of 10, for 1/10. Now, these are pretty close to the, these are very close to the theoretical probabilities, but you'll notice they're not exactly the same. And remember, that's because you have to do enough experiments to get enough data for it to count. So in other words, the more experiments you do, the closer the experimental probability will come to matching the theoretical probability. Okay, so if we did the marbles out of the bag 100 times, the more times you do it, the closer the probabilities will start matching between the experimental and the theoretical. Okay? So that's the difference between theoretical and experimental probability. Remember, experimental probability is when you do the experiment. Theoretical probability is based on what it should be based on the math, meaning the desired outcome divided by the total number of outcomes possible. Whatever you're looking for in the parentheses divided by the total number. Okay, and we use P with the parentheses next to it as a shorthand way of writing what is the probability of. And whatever we're looking for, that desired outcome, that's what goes in the parentheses. Okay, and as always, if you have any questions or need additional assistance, feel free to make an appointment with me for office hours. Hope you have a great day.